All the small talk that you popping off, you ain't nothing but a counterfeit. You reap what you sow, you a lost cause. You're like a fake diamond.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
I just ran the credit and said fraud. I got my hands on my hammer like a guard. Ari and Jaguar, switching 4 lanes. That's the line that I spit back when I was in the game. Now times didn't change, money got me acting funny. All this competition got me paranoid, thinking that they coming. Honesty, integrity is what they used to get from me. Now I want it back. I want everything they took from me. I'm the last of a dying breed. I leave that all to my seeds. I just hope they do better than me when I DIE. With these words, I paint a perfect picture. I spin a verse.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Now reach in your pocket and give me what you got. This is a stick up move on my way to the top. Fully committed in my business and my interest.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
When you out here being persistent, ain't no school gonna teach you how to hustle. If you're lazy, you just another sucker.
Hey.
A sucker's born every day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday.
You ain't nothing but a counterfeit. You reap what you sow, you a lost cause. You're like a fake diamond, you're full of flaws. I just ran your credit and it said fraud. I got my hands on my
Alright,
like a gun.
let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do on this side of town. Yes, good morning.
I feel like I'm stuck in a cycle. It's like I'm stuck in time.
Got to tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like a curse.
Good morning. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing it. Let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, headed to class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you get famous. The algorithm turned me to a maniac. Yeah, I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't give me puppets and they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into
Here we
this,
go.
but I couldn't get a drug ticket.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Miss Terry, thank you.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. Yeah. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks.
If you like off the rails, then that's what this is gonna be. Thank you, Miss Terry.
First class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. It's return of the man. They say I'm off the rails. I can't wait for you. I get it for myself.
Hey. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Thank you all for tuning in to the last show of the week. All right, and you know what we do on this side of town. We do a lot of work on this side of town, and it's not going to stop. I got a lot of nasty, evil complaints from MAGA yesterday, but you know what? It doesn't bother me not one single bit. We're going to still continue to bring down this heavy hammer of truth. So let's get to the housekeeping. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H, ladies and gentlemen, it stands for honesty. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me, all right? I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God. Good morning, Tiffany. Nice to see you, lovely. All right. The second H is because I'm humble. All right. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. All right. What? I lied and said that Donald Trump would get indicted and he didn't get indicted? Oh, yeah. I owe you a huge apology. Where was my mind going? Why did I think Donald Trump would get indicted? You know, that's if that was true. But it turns out it's not that. It's actually the opposite. He did get indicted, and he got indicted 4 times. So I don't owe anyone an apology, to be quite honest. All right? But if I did, I would apologize. And then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. I really am the most handsome. You know, it's hard being Zeus, I'll tell you that, but you know what? It's also a good thing. Now, if you're not familiar with this kind of program, thank you, Miss Terry. If you're not familiar with this type of programming, let me go ahead and update you real quick. What we do on this side of TikTok is not like any other place on the app. What we do is we hold Donald Trump and his supporters accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. All right, so listen up. If you're a Trump supporter and you do not like the truth, you're factose intolerant, like my good friend, Brother Swervin likes to say, then you might not want to listen to this live. You might want to pack your bags and leave. And I do mean that because it's going to be another day of hell on earth for your behind. All right, but listen up. You don't got to take my word for it. What? Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
you do.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I really do mean that, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing that grinds my gears more than Donald Trump and his supporters. And they like to say, Zeus, you got, they call it TDS. You heard of that? Trump derangement syndrome? And I go, well, first of all, you're not a doctor. You're not a psychologist. So you're not qualified to diagnose Zeus, number one. But number two, I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. You do. Because you're the one sending Donald Trump all of your hard-earned money. You're the one that is going around here still believing silly things. Like, these folks still, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is how ridiculous these Trump supporters are. Here we are in 2023, all right? About to go into 2024. And these idiots, they still believe the 2020 election was stolen. They do. What? Don't boo me. Don't boo me. Would you rather me lie? Order. These idiots still believe the 2020 election was stolen. I mean, goodness gracious. You can't be that dumb, folks. You really can't be. And if you are, and if you really are that dumb, that's even more of a reason for you to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. Like I said, I'm not arguing with these Trump supporters. At this point, it's $20 a question when I'm talking to MAGA. Zeus, why this? Zeus, why that? Nope. Just pay me the money before I start teaching you how to do the work, all right? Real research requires real work, okay? And research, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I keep hearing MAGA trying to sound intelligent, saying that they've done some research. I gotta shut this lie down and send it back to the pits of hell. Real research isn't because you watched a YouTube video and they had some words on the video to describe what that video was. That's not research. And you watched 10 of them, right? That's not research. You went on to X, the app formerly known as Twitter, all right? And you read a tweet from a nobody, probably a fake Russian bot, and they said something that tickled your brain. That's not real research. MAGA, listen up. Real research requires you to sit your behind down and go to a peer-reviewed journal. Talk to experts in whatever discipline you're trying to get the information from. You need to take notes, and you need to be able to fact-check those notes. And it's not something you can do in 5 minutes. All right, so I want to make sure we shut that lie down. When a person tells me they've done research, I'm going to say, how much time did you spend looking up this information? Well, I spent 30 minutes. Well, guess what? You just wasted your time. I don't care. One thing thing I want to talk about before I get into today's topics, ladies and gentlemen, is this situation that's going on in New York, all right, with Donald Trump and his trial that is centered around fraud. Now, we all know this is going on, but I want to make sure folks know where I stand on this, all right? So let me make this very clear. I am disgusted. I really am disgusted at the actions that Donald Trump has taken that one could argue has tarnished the highest office in our nation. Oh, conservative. Oh, the conservative, you're back. I got your message, conservative, all right? And I will respond to you at a time I see fit, all right? But you're in the nasty list of all the other Trump supporters who like to send Zeus very, very ugly messages, all right? Now, mods, do not mute MAGA unless they do something. If they say something that's really nasty, okay, fine. But for the most part, I'm okay with the dissent that they're expressing, because they need to get that demon. That demon needs to work itself out of them. And so the more I get them to speak, I know that the demon is close to being exorcised, right? We're about to have some demons jumping out. The allegations of criminal fraud against Donald Trump, the leader of MAGA, in a New York trial are deeply troubling and represent a blatant abuse of power. As citizens of a democratic society, we must hold our leaders accountable, right? Regardless of their political affiliation or previous positions of authority, right? And I firmly believe this. The investigations conducted in New York, despite what these Trump supporters have said, all right, good morning. Despite what Snuggles continues to say on his platform, I wouldn't even call it a platform. I just call it a plat. He doesn't get the forum part. He just gets a plat. Regardless of what these folks say on their plats, they're wrong. The investigation conducted in New York has uncovered a pattern of deceit and financial impropriety that cannot go unaddressed. The charges leveled against Donald Trump provide substantial evidence of his involvement in fraudulent practices, including tax evasion. Wow. Bank fraud and insurance fraud. I don't know how this guy is allowed to walk around and campaign still. Anybody else, you'd be at the bottom of the jail cell. These are not mere allegations. They are serious crimes that undermine the very fabric of our society. The legal process must run its course, and I do agree that Donald Trump, he should be afforded due process. However, we must not shy away from recognizing the gravity of these charges brought against him, because, listen up, if found guilty, he must face the full weight of the law and be held accountable for his crimes. He should be. Our justice system should never be compromised or manipulated to protect those like Donald Trump who abuse their position of power. A lot of times they like to say Donald Trump, he's not a politician, he's an outsider. No, he's a politician and he's an insider, and he's abused his position of power. It is crucial that we reinforce the importance of integrity, transparency, and ethical behavior in our leaders. Sort of like President Biden, right? We must demand that those who seek public office demonstrate a commitment to the well-being and the prosperity of the people that they serve. We cannot allow personal gain and ambition to overshadow the principles that our democracy was built on. All right, and I stand firmly on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to wrap it up by saying Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H, I am here today to rightfully condemn the criminal fraud committed by Donald Trump in New York. I'm condemning it. I'm sending it back where it came from, straight to hell. His alleged actions represent a disgraceful betrayal of the trust placed in him by the American people. And we must stand together, my fellow Democrats, and the rest of you Americans. Not MAGA. MAGA, I won't stand with you. All right? We must stand together, united in our belief that no individual is above the law and that justice must prevail. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump his first round of booze and shame, all right? So that him and his disgusting, corrupt supporters can know where they're going in terms of American history. Let's give it to him. Get him out of here. Yeah. MAGA, as far as I'm concerned, you can go back where you came from, and that's straight to hell. All right? Because you're not Christians, and you're not going to be in heaven. I guarantee you. I had a conversation with the good Lord yesterday, and I said, God, please, can you clarify if these folks that I'm talking to on TikTok are going to make it into heaven? Because I'll be honest with you, God, if I end up dying, right, and then I end up going to heaven, and I see folks like Snuggles, right? Imagine this. You go into heaven, and you run into Snuggles up there, you run into... Who is it? Stacy and HVAC and Janae and Bushmaster. Wouldn't that be a terrible thing? So someone got to go to heaven. Listen, you two conservative, listen, somebody got to go to heaven and somebody got to go to hell. All right, and I'm going to be honest with you, MAGA. You are all prime candidates for hell. You ain't prime candidates for heaven. You are going straight to the pits of hell on that nasty Trump train that you like to claim you're riding, all right? Which we all know they don't even clean the Trump train. It's all kind of nasty stuff going on that Trump train. Especially, listen, we had a conversation about what these Trump supporters do in the back of these vans. What do you think they're doing on those choo-choo trains, right? All right. Now let's get on to nasty stuff going on today. All right. Now, as you can see, Jim Jordan today, this morning, he woke up on demon time. Demon time, ladies and gentlemen, is when you work for the devil. All right. And, there's no rest for the wicked, like the good book says. Jim Jordan's on demon time. He wakes up and does a press conference at 8 a.m. Is that what I'm hearing? He's supposed to be doing a press conference at 8 a.m. I saw a little bit of what they had. And I've never seen somebody so committed to lying and doing the devil's work. That's 5 a.m. West Coast time, Jim Jordan. What the heck are you up to so early in the morning on a Friday? This is demon time, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you. Someone put in the comments, who am I to judge? Let me ask you that. Let me answer that question. That's a very good question. Well, I'm Zeus, and I'm here to judge you. I got a hammer, and I got a gavel. All right, and what I do is I judge you Trump supporters, and based on the information you give me, it gets processed, right? I got a team of people that are here to help me make sure the information you're sharing is truthful or not. And if it's not truthful, guess what I do? I get this heavy hammer, and I send Joe behind back to the pits of hell where you came from, all right? That's why. So yes, I am the one that's judging you. And you should be paying me, to be quite honest, because like I said, this work that I'm doing, I should be charging you folks. You can't get an education like this anywhere else on this app. All right, so let's talk about Jim Jordan and what he did this morning. He was asked once again about, does he still believe the 2020 election was stolen?
2020 election and review or not. So I'm going to ask you two related questions. One, what was your intent when you emailed a memo to the chief of staff or Meadows suggesting that President Pence
Just that you should
Here we go.
Do you believe the 2020 election was stolen?
I think there were all kinds of problems with the 2020 election. I've been clear about that. My intention in forwarding the email was an argument made by former Inspector General for Donald Rumsfeld, accomplished lawyer who laid out an argument from the Federalist Papers. I forwarded it on to him. That was all it was.
And again, she's asking him, do you still think there was an issue with the 2020 election? And this MAGA-possessed demon went on to say, I think you can't listen. Fast talking Jim. That's what we got to call him. He got motor mouth oil Jim He tries to say it so fast you can't pick up on what he's saying, but I picked up on what he was saying. He says, I think there's all kinds of problems with the 2020 election. Really, Jim? What problems do you think there were with the 2020 election, Mr. Nasty Jim? He replied, refusing to say whether or not he thinks the election was stolen. And he goes on to say, I've been clear about that. No, Jim, you haven't been clear about it. Because let's be clear, Jim Jordan. The 2020 election was not stolen. And you can't say it because the truth isn't in you, Jim Jordan. And you are one of these MAGA possessed folks that got that nasty demon inside of them. Yeah, they say I'm a hater. You're darn right. I'm a hater. I am the biggest, well, no. Actually, I am a MAGA hater, but I'm also the MAGA whisperer, right? But yes, I am a MAGA hater. Let's just be honest about that. MAGA has no place, as far as I'm concerned. They don't deserve to be in the United States. Look at what they did. They tried to overthrow democracy. So yes, that makes me a MAGA hater. So ladies and gentlemen, join me as a MAGA hater in giving Jim Jordan, Donald Trump, and MAGA another round of booze and shame. Because once again, they refuse to believe that President Biden won the 2020 election fair and square, despite the fact we're going on our 4th year. Listen, I still see there's some dissension in the comments section. I don't know why these Trump supporters are sitting here listening to little old Zeus. All right. Like I said, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you don't like this content, Hakeem Jeffrey says that Jim Jordan is a clear and present danger to this country. You're darn right, Z-Pac. He is. Him and Donald Trump and all of the supporters, they are. Yeah. So listen up, MAGA. If you don't like us telling the truth, us Democrats, us independents, and us real Republicans, us real Americans, us real global citizens, MAGA, if you don't like listening to this level of truth in this live, do what your leader says.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
they do.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
President Biden is doing an outstanding job keeping these lovely United States together. All right. And these Trump supporters, they're trying everything they can to tear this country apart. They were even talking about seceding from the Union at one point. Remember that Marjorie Trader Greene? She was trying to secede from the Union. These Trump supporters are the last when it comes to talking about being patriotic. The only thing that they're patriotic to is Vladimir Putin and the devil. All right, now let's get on. Now let's talk about real heroes of the United States of America. President Biden, right? U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is for my people, my people of color. All right, this is really a shout out. Merrick Garland has announced a $9 million settlement with Ameris Bank over alleged redlining in Florida. Let's go.
On Thursday to give an update on the federal government's redlining initiative, he says the Justice Department secured $9 million with Ameris Bank over discriminatory practices up in Jacksonville. Now, the government says the bank's home lending was focused disproportionately on mostly white areas of Jacksonville, while other banks approved loans at 3 times the rate.
The bank located its branches in specific areas of Jacksonville to serve majority white neighborhoods and to avoid serving black and Hispanic neighborhoods. This included failing to open even a single branch in majority black and Hispanic neighborhoods in Jacksonville, despite having opened 18 full-service branches in other parts of Jacksonville.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Openly discriminating against people of color in Ron the Con DeSantis' state of Florida. This is MAGA behavior, ladies and gentlemen. But I am so grateful that Merrick Garland, God bless Merrick Garland, or some like to say, the Biden regime, God bless the Biden regime for bringing justice to MAGA's front door in the state of Florida. So one, let's give MAGA a round of boos and shame because they are still out here doing whatever they can to try to disenfranchise people of color. Let's give them their daily doses of boos and shame. All right, and then we're going to give Merrick Garland, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for having the courage to stand up to these MAGA-possessed demons, all right? Looking them in their eyes and tell them, we're going to get it out of your behinds one way or another and redistribute that money back to these black folks and these Latin folks and these people of color that you've been targeting. Let's give Merrick Garland and the DOJ a round of applause. Yeah. See, some to tell the truth around here. And I'm one of them ones, MAGA. Whether you like it or not, I'm one of them ones. All right. And it's my pleasure to do it. All right. There's a lot more out here. Don't worry. But I'm one of them ones. All right. Now let's move on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Yesterday, while I was live, remember, Sidney Powell. All right. She flipped. She flipped like a flipper. She's a big flipper. All right. And it's it was the greatest news I've heard since this whole indictment thing started to unfold, because I know one thing for sure. Sidney Powell is going to give not only Fonnie Willis all of the goods, she's going to give it to Jack Smith. Snuggles, I got some bad news for you. It is not looking good for Donald Trump, my good friend. He's on his way to prison. As bad as it is for Donald Trump, that attorney Sidney Powell, ladies and gentlemen, has taken a plea deal in Georgia to avoid jail time for racketeering, becoming a witness for prosecutors. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani may be even in worse shape as he faces a growing tsunami of legal difficulties. This is what's about to go down. According to one former federal prosecutor, Powell can hand investigators red meat. Think about that. She got to the red meat. To be used to prosecute the former president and his coterie of co-conspirators. But Giuliani, with whom Powell worked closely, may be in more trouble than anyone. Powell's decision to take the plea deal caught Trump's inner circle by surprise yesterday, as the former federal prosecutor Kevin J. O'Brien explained. Giuliani's legal team, at least, ladies and gentlemen, can't be too pleased with what Miss Sidney Powell has done. All right. He then added, Giuliani is absolutely dead. Dead, yeah. I always have to sit back and think, right? Nothing gives me more joy than to think in my mind, right, that Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani, they will spend the last days that they got on this earth, on this planet, they will spend it in prison. That brings me nothing but joy. When I think about all the hell and pain and torment they've caused this country, this world, knowing these two knuckleheads, these two criminals will be in prison the last days of their life, especially when you think about all the fun they had, right? What a heck of a way to end a lifetime, right? By spending the rest of your life after you've touched the clouds and you've done all of it in a jail cell. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Rudy Kaludi, Dirty in the Booty, ooh, I shouldn't have said that, a round of boos and shame. Wait a second, you can't be mad that I said that last part, Dirty in the Booty, Rudy. Are you trying to say I'm lying? Prove it! No lies detected over here. I have no reason to lie to you, Trump supporters. I have no reason to lie to you. This message is really over your heads. It's really crafted to get to those folks who are in the middle and they don't know about this information because you've been hiding it and lying to them. They watch Fox News. That's who I craft my message to. But you're more than welcome to sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. You really are. But this message, I already know how you think. You think what I'm saying is lies. So yeah, I get it. All right, well, I got some more bad news for you folks, all right? I really do. Jack Smith, yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, you know what he did? He dropped the proverbial hammer on Trump in a new court filing. Listen up, MAGA. Just look at Jack Smith's eyes. This is a joke that I like to tell Trump supporters, right? And this is real. I've seen it happen to MAGA folks, and it's real. I'm telling you. You go in the bathroom. You got to do it at around between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., right? You go into the bathroom at around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I guarantee you, MAGA, try this. And you get in there and you turn the lights down and you get real dim. And I hear that if you spin around and you go,
Jack Smith.
And then you spin around again and you go,
Jack Smith.
I hear, I'm not going to do it. But I hear, if you say his name 3 times, the FBI will show up and arrest your behind. Try it. A lot of Trump supporters have been going to prison. They've been going to prison, all right? They think this case is weak. This case isn't weak. This case is strong. You ever remember when you were in elementary school and they used to have that, what was that stuffed animal dog's name, Mr. McGruff? Right, and they talk about Mr. McGruff takes a bite out of crime. Jack Smith, ladies and gentlemen, he's worse than Mr. McGruff. Oh, he's taking a whole meal when it comes to taking the bite out of crime. He's taking the whole meal, and his meal right now is Donald Trump and his supporters. Anybody tied to Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to get a visit from Jack Smith. I guarantee you. So all of you who like to go around on TikTok and brag that you were there on January 6th, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. I love it. I love it. When I go and do these lives, I love when these Trump supporters start yelling at me and they get so irate and they go, Zeus, you don't know what you were talking about. I was there on January 6th. And I'm like, that part right there. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure Jack Smith would love to know that you were there so that we can read about you on my show, right? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get straight to it. Donald Trump is not above the law, according to a new filing by special counsel Jack Smith, which the prosecutor dismantles the former president's argument that he is absolutely immune from prosecution due to his former office. Trump asked the D.C. court to dismiss the criminal counts against him for alleged election subversion in the case before Judge Tanya Chutkan, arguing that he has presidential immunity. Right? We all heard that. The motion was compared by one former prosecutor to a bid to turn presidents into kings. Presidents aren't kings, all right? Now, Smith has filed a response to that effort. He says he is the subject of the federal criminal laws like more than 330 million other Americans, including members of Congress, federal judges, and everyday citizens. This is what Jack Smith wrote. All right. And none of the sources the defendant points to in his motion, the Constitution's text and structure, history and tradition, or Supreme Court precedent supports the absolute immunity he has asked the courts to create for him. All right. His notes further that Trump's attempt to draw parallels between his fraudulent efforts to overturn the results of an election and that he lost a lot and the likes of Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address and George Washington's Farewell Address. These things are not alike, is what Jack Smith wrote on the brief. The more apt peril the defendant identifies is to judges who, like the former presidents, enjoy absolute immunity from civil damages, liability for certain conduct, but who are subject to criminal prosecution as are other citizens. And as with that being the case, ladies and gentlemen, the same is true for the defendant. So join me in giving Donald Trump another round of booze and shame for trying to act like he can get out of this by declaring presidential immunity, only to get slapped down by Jack Smith. Let's give Donald Trump his booze and shame. Trump supporters, I don't know why y'all still here, all right? I don't know why y'all still here in your feelings.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
And you do.
if you're not happy here, you can leave.
And you really can leave. And speaking of leaving, I got a nasty story coming up after this story, ladies and gentlemen, about a Trump supporter who allowed the MAGA demon to set him up for failure. This is another story. It's not quite as bad as yesterday's, but it's one that we need to discuss in the kingdom amongst ourselves. All right, but before we do, let's talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her evil behind saying that she wants to ban Kamala Harris. I don't know how low Marjorie Taylor Greene can go, ladies and gentlemen, but I would argue this is exactly what I'm talking about. All right, now Miss Kamala Harris, the beautiful Kamala Harris, she's making a very, very clear argument. All right, and it's one I actually support when it comes to having nasty and dangerous weapons on our streets. This is what Kamala Harris says: weapons of war have no place on the streets of a civil society. We need an assault weapons ban. Congress, send it to Joe Biden's desk. Right? Let's give Kamala Harris a round of applause. Now, how could you disagree with that? When we all see what these guns and these nasty weapons are doing, they're causing harm to our children. All right? Especially for those of you who love to say you work with children and you want to stop anybody from harming them. Those same hypocrites that like to say they're pro-life, right? They're pro-life until the child gets here. But when the child gets here, they don't give a darn, right? So Kamala Harris made this statement on X. And look at what this nasty, evil demon said in response. America needs a ban on communist politicians like you. You know, Marjorie, every day you manage to show me just how disgusting, evil, and vile of a person you really are. Just when I thought you couldn't go any lower, you found a new way to go lower. And then she says, shame on you for trying to destroy Americans' rights to defend ourselves while your policies have caused skyrocketing crime and our country to be invaded by criminals, gangs, and terrorists. You see, this is why I do the work that I do on this app. This is why when they like to come at me and they say, Zeus, you spread hate, I look at them and I say, no, it's actually the opposite. Because every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. So first of all, Miss Trader, I'm going to call her Miss Trader. Yeah, they do need to ban communist politicians like you, right? Because you're not talking about Kamala Harris, you're talking about yourself. How many out there think they should ban Marjorie Taylor Greene? By a show of hands, how many of you out there think we should ban Marjorie Taylor Greene? By a show of hands. All right, I'm just making sure I understand where we're at. Anyone out there think we should ban her? All right, I got my hands up. Yeah, Wanda, you got your, yeah. So Marjorie, it's you who is the communist politician, Marjorie. And thank you for speaking truth about how we should deal with you. All right? And you're right, Marjorie. Shame on you for trying to destroy. See, every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession. So you got to turn it around and apply it to Marjorie. And then you don't get so upset with it because you know she's talking about herself and the Trump supporters. All right? Shame on you, Marjorie, for trying to destroy Americans' right to defend themselves with your policies that you have caused to skyrocket crime in our country and to be invaded by criminal gangs and terrorists, right? Shame on you, Marjorie, for carrying those pipe bombs on January 6th. Shame on you, Marjorie, for trying to succeed from the union, Marjorie. Shame on you for always trying to attack a brother or sister whenever you see an opportunity. Shame on you, Marjorie, for getting a divorce from your husband. I thought you were a Christian. You ain't nothing but a low-down, lying, hypocrite, D-O-G. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Marjorie Trader Green a round of boos and shame for, once again, trying to attack someone only to reveal that she really was talking about her disgusting, evil, demonic self. Let's give her a round of boos and shame. Send her to hell. Congratulations, Marjorie. It's over for you too, all right? Your career is done. All right, my last and final topic, ladies and gentlemen. This is one I do want to make sure we address in the kingdom, all right? There he is. Look at this guy. All right, how many of you have been following this story, right? U.S. Army, ladies and gentlemen, has charged excuse me, Private Travis King with desertion over a dash into North Korea. Look at this MAGA possessed demon. This is a MAGA possessed demon. When I heard this story, I knew off top this was a MAGA demon. And yes, I clearly see he's black. I see it. But the MAGA demon doesn't discriminate. Okay, the MAGA demon is always looking for a soul or vessel to occupy. And this MAGA-possessed demon found a nice soul with this disturbing individual right here. All right? The U.S. Army has charged Private Travis King with crimes. That's how you know they're MAGA, right? When you hear the word crime and you know it's about to get nasty. Ranging from desertion for running into North Korea in July to assault against fellow soldiers and solicitation of child, I can't even say it, but nasty things involving children, according to documents obtained by sources. All right. So I know I've always told you Trump supporters, right? I've always played this, right?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Right. And I've always said, well, if you don't like the United States, you can have some chocolate cake with President Xi, or you can go to North Korea and be with your leader, Kim Jong-un, right? Or I've offered Vladimir Putin, right? I didn't think he would actually take me up on that offer. But this is what this MAGA demon did. He decided he was going to make an attempt to escape being held accountable for his conduct by trying to flee and be with Kim Jong-un in North Korea. And I'm pretty sure when Kim Jong-un saw this traitor, when he saw this MAGA-possessed demon, he said, I'm not going to allow your black behind all up in my regime. You don't got nothing on the United States? No, I just love Donald Trump, sir. And you got all this stuff going on. You're bothering children. You're doing nasty things. Yes, sir. Yeah, let me get President Biden on the phone right now. President Biden, we got a Trump supporter. You know, I wouldn't normally call you, but you could come get him. And that's exactly what Kim Jong-un. He sent him packing and he sent him back to the United States because he has no value for this joke of an individual, this fake American. All right? Doesn't even deserve to be here. I can't believe we actually had to take him back. They should have let him go straight to Mars. All right, but now we got this traitor back here in the United States, ladies and gentlemen, and he has to go through the criminal process, all right? The Army's case against King, which has not been previously reported, includes 8 distinct charges under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, setting up a substantial legal battle for the 23-year-old soldier after his release from Northern Korean custody in September. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where we have to once again give MAGA and Donald Trump their daily dose of booze and shame. So let's get it together, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to open up these boxes. One thing we don't tolerate over here are traitors. And that includes Donald Trump and his supporters. All right. So he's a traitor times two because he's MAGA and because he defected to North Korea. And he failed when he defected because North Korea didn't want his black behind. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving MAGA-possessed demon Travis King a round of boos and shame for allowing the MAGA demon to play his behind. Yeah. I mean, if what they said is true, he deserves to be held accountable by the full extent of the law. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go to these boxes and open them up and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We do these shows to make sure folks know that you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to still be with folks that are being terrible and mean to you. And this is a special thing that I want to make sure I say good morning, the beautiful RMC. Nice to see you. This is especially important to the women that are dating men. Right? I should go back to my dating shows. And I'm not going to let this topic go. This is especially important to all you women who are dating men who support Donald Trump. If any of the words that I've said to you today, they've resonated with you, that means you know I'm right and that the guy you're with is probably not a good guy to be with. And I would encourage you to figure a way to escape this nasty cycle of an abusive relationship you got. These guys, they don't respect women at all. They think this guy you're dating, he thinks you're his property. This is how they talk. Yeah, it is a sign. This is how these folks talk, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, women out there, there's still hope for you, okay? But you got to listen to Zeus. All right? You got to listen to Zeus and vote blue, all right? I know it's hard, but listen, you'll feel a lot better when you know you're not sitting. Thank you, Queen Flea. You'll feel a lot better when you are able to have peace in your house, knowing I don't got to deal with that MAGA demon anymore. Raging about all these things, because these folks like to rage, yelling at you when you're just trying to give them some food, right? You're just trying to give him. He yells at you. I mean, what else? He's in the back of a van humping these stuffed animals. Well, I mean, listen, ladies, do better, all right? Now let's open up these boxes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, my good friend Nutty, how are you doing, my good friend?
What's up, brother? How you doing today?
What was that?
I said, what's up? How are you today?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you?
Doing great. I would use your term and say I feel like I've eaten 1,000 boxes of Frosted Flakes or whatever you say.
Yeah. 1,000 boxes of Frosted Flakes and I'm feeling great.
So I just have a question.
Speak on it.
So now that Sidney Powell has pled guilty
Right.
and is now convicted, Snuggles, convicted. Once you
Mm-hmm.
plead guilty, you're convicted.
And how many
Now,
convictions is that?
now that she's got a conviction,
Right.
now that the Magites have now heard from someone who was prominent in their leadership
Right.
team, will they stop supporting a man and start supporting their constitution and their country? Because now you see that all of us, we weren't
Right.
lying, that
No.
you were being lied to all along.
Mm.
So I just have a simple question. Is this enough for you to say, oh my jolly golly, we were duped? Is it enough? Because
Snuggles.
honestly, we've had enough.
I really have. That's why I said, Nutty, I'm gonna start charging these Trump supporters $20 a question.
Yeah, we've
Right?
had enough. We've had enough of trying to defend the democracy that we're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
have in this country, but we're
Right.
defending it from people, from traitorous, treasonous blank holes known as MAGA demons.
MAGA demons.
So, Snuggles, is this enough for you?
Snuggles, are you here? No, did he go start another live and start crying about how much truth I was bringing again?
Oh, I don't know if he started another live. I'm just curious as to, no, what do you think about that? Do you think this is enough for them?
No, because right now the grifting is still there's still an opportunity to grift, right? These folks they don't dwell in truth. So they dwell in lies and misinformation. And so the way they're gonna label this or play this, I think, is they're gonna try to say, Dark Nutty, where exactly did you go? Jesus Christ. I hope you didn't get in trouble, but maybe it was your connection, Dark Nutty. Did you want to finish it up? Oh yeah, okay, good. All right. Hold on, are you
No,
there?
it was that MAGA demon spirit trying to come through my phone, and I said, "Devil,
Oh.
you a lie. Devil, you a lie."
Tell the devil is a lie. But yeah, I
So
think they're going to try to say there's still hope for Donald Trump because Sidney Powell, she wasn't the real smart person out of all of them, right? What does she know? She was the Kraken. They're going to try to say that.
right.
There's still
Well,
there's still an opportunity to grift.
Cheeseboro, he's next. I'm sure he'll go ahead and cop a plea because
You think so?
he's scared as to what's coming down the pipeline because she's flipped. And then it's Rudy the Tootie Giuliani. The House of Cards have fallen. They're not
Yeah.
falling. They've fallen.
Tell them.
They've fallen. So that's all I have to say today. I'm just curious as to will this be enough for them to denounce that demon that's inside
No,
them.
no, they say that they'll denounce it once he's convicted, but they're gonna move it and then they're gonna say, well, we're gonna wait until he appeals the case to see. That's just how they are because they know deep down in their souls, Nutty, that this guy
Yeah.
is as terrible as we've been telling them he is. We're way too. He likes to say we're in the fourth quarter, right? This is what Snuggles says. We're in the fourth quarter. I said, well, after yesterday, Fonnie Willis getting that plea to one hell of a fourth quarter, right?
Right. Right.
One hell of a fourth quarter. If you thought you were winning and then yesterday you heard that news, Jesus Christ.
I would just be curious to hear if Snuggles is going to get in your live today and say, "We're winning. We're winning. Democrats, get your knee pads ready." Yeah,
Yeah,
if this is winning, then I'm glad I'm a loser.
yeah.
So,
I
with
am
that being
too.
said, Zeus, with that being said, my bell didn't go off
There he
to
is. He
all of
said
my
we are
haters out
winning.
there.
You see him? He
So,
said we are winning right there.
yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. Get somebody
All
else up
right.
in here so they can
All right.
tear them to shreds. Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Nutty Professor a round of applause. Snuggles, you're not winning, bro. As a matter of fact, Snuggles, go get me my steaks. You owe me 3 steaks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Snuggles, the bet was I'd buy 1 steak if we bet 1 steak, right? And it was about whether or not there would be a red wave and whatnot. Then the next steak was going to be about those indictments. And then it was 3 or nothing. And he said, Zeus, this is what he said, ladies and gentlemen. Would you really take those 3 steaks from me and my mother? This is what he said to me. And I said, Snuggles, look at me in my eyes. Yes, I will take those 3 steaks from you and your mom anytime, Snuggles. I'm not afraid. Look at my eyes, Snuggles. I'm a steak taker, all right? I don't care how many tears. I mean, I can see you at the dinner table trying to explain to your mom why you got to eat spam, perhaps. You go, Mom, we can't have steaks tonight. We got to have spam because I gave all the steaks we had to Zeus. Nothing would bring me more joy, Snuggles. So, yes, I can take the steaks from you and your mom, and I won't feel bad at all. I won't feel bad at all. Actually, I'll go to church the next day. And I won't even ask for forgiveness. All right, Snuggles. So I'm just saying that. So no excuses. Give me my steaks. And I'm assuming Donald Trump's going to violate this gag order. And then after he does, I want my cheeseburger. All right. And I'll eat that right in front of you and your mom. I don't care. All right. Oh, my goodness. All right. Good morning, Dark CC. How are you doing?
Good morning, Dark Zeus. How are you this morning in the kingdom?
I'm all right. I'm still feeling great, and I'm looking great, as a matter of fact. And now you've made me feel a lot
Always.
better.
Oh, you're just so handsome, You match up so well. I love the color of that hat on you.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Listen, I wore it just for you. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you,
You're
honey.
welcome. You're welcome.
They're my Carolina colors.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I knew
Yes.
that. I knew something. That's why we were connecting the way we were.
Absolutely.
Tell them,
I
Cece.
just want to say, I would appreciate it. It's your live, but I would appreciate if that thing, Janae, that thing, Stacy, and also your friend Snuggle, who I call Zeus all the time, and his eyes get bigger than saucers when I do.
Oh.
But I was on his live about a week ago, and he had some dude up there to say that there was all these charges being brought up against Biden. And he named, it was 4 initials, LCJL or something like that. So I DM'd Snuggle and I said,
Yazzie.
what was the name of that organization again? And he said, I wasn't listening. He said, yes. He said, I wasn't
Wow.
listening. And I said,
That's nasty, Cece.
yeah.
Snuggles.
And he said, I don't care. I do this for fun. So
Snuggles,
he
confess that?
goes in, like he was in HVACs. And HVAC's crazy. He's just, I don't know what's wrong with him.
They got the MAGA demon.
Oh, something's off there. But you know, HVAC is HVAC. But Snuggle come in there last night and he just disrupted everything.
Wow.
Stacy was the moderator, and just Snuggle came in and just took took right over, and everything that everybody was saying, he was going just interrupting, and agreeing with every single thing HVAC has to say, and he's not listening.
What do you think we should do to Snuggles, Cece? Let's be honest.
I think
say what's on your mind. Snuggles he won't touch you.
I think he should be muted from you for a while. I think he needs to sit in the corner. I think he needs to take a break away from you. He's obsessed with you. And HVAC wants to be you. I'm here to say this. You are the one, the only Zeus. And no one, absolutely no one, can compare to you, my dear.
I try to tell these demons all the time.
So I think you need to give him time out.
Okay.
You know?
I'm going to have to take that up with those in the kingdom. All right, I gotta take that to the boardroom.
I'm sure.
I gotta take that to the boardroom, Cece, because that's a very serious step.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Just a little time out.
Okay.
He doesn't, not forever. Just to teach him a lesson, to let him know who's boss. You are boss. Okay.
Thank you. You hear that, Snuggles?
Yes, Snuggles. Do you hear that?
I'm the boss. Well, listen.
Okay, buddy. You have a good weekend. I hope to see you this weekend.
All right, I do too. All right, and you stay safe out there, and don't let nasty Snuggles, lying Janae, and confused Stacy.
Yeah,
don't let them work you up. All right.
Honey, they all need help. They need help.
Really do.
They really do.
And we're all right.
Okay.
All right. And Cindy, yes.
You have a good weekend, honey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's
And
get
you
Dark
stay.
CC.
And hey, you stay handsome, okay?
Oh. Absolutely, I will, and you have my word. All right,
Love
that's
you,
one of
buddy.
the H. All right, love you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Dark CC a round of applause. I keep going into these lives. I keep running into Snuggles, HVAC, Stacy, Janae, Conservative Lynn. I run into these characters regularly, right? And they all seem to be reading from the same playbook. There's a book out there called How to Defeat Zeus, right? They got it. How to Defeat Zeus. And they do what? They start using words that are shameful. They like to say shameful things about Zeus, right? They like to say words that are very ignorant, all right? All right, they like to try to make Zeus seem like he's guilty of something, and they have this crazy obsession, all right, of having the need to feel right. It's called sign language, all right? Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. And that's what Snuggles, Stacy, Janae, Conservative, Lynn, did I miss anybody? And any of these other MAGA possessed so-called, I won't call them content creators. I won't call them content creators because their content is really, Shelly, thank you. I don't know what you call Snug. He's a duet king. He's a duet king. Okay, that's what he is. He just duets conspiracies. All right, so it's not real content. It's just trash, I guess. Trash. All right, let's bring up our next guest. Oh my gosh, I'm Nina Nicole. Good morning. How are you? Stitch Masters, Duet Masters. All right, Nina, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How have you been doing? Long time no see.
I have been doing great.
Oh, good. Well, that's good news. It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Yeah, so I jumped up to say, do you remember a show called The Three Stooges that used to come on a long time ago?
Yes, a long time.
Yeah, so that's what the Republican Party and their constituents, that's who they remind me of. It's like the Three Stooges times 100. These people are those guys were so stupid. I wasn't even allowed. I would sneak to watch the show. My grandmother hated it. She was like, this is the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life. And that.
But you love to watch it though, huh?
I didn't know any better. To me it was entertaining. But of course, if you look at it now, you're like, dang.
People really be out here acting like that.
Slapping each other and poking each other in the eyes and doing all this. It's embarrassing. It is simply embarrassing. I would not let anybody know that I was a conservative or a Republican right now, because the first thing they're going to think is that you are, the S word that ends with a D.
Stupid.
Yep.
Ignorant.
Come on now. Jim Crow, Matt, I didn't see anything, Jordan. That's who they have?
Yeah.
There's nobody in Congress that's a little more qualified than that guy.
That's the best they got, though, Nina. That's the best they got. Isn't that nasty?
He didn't. 16 years, he didn't do anything. What other job can you do nothing? Can you not perform and then get a promotion?
In the real world, there's no such job that exists like that.
What are they doing over there?
Running a circus.
Exactly. Tripping all over each other. Some of them are in clown shoes. Some of them have on shoe left shoes. They look like a bunch of bubbling idiots over there. Meanwhile, we have all this stuff going on, and we can't even get the people's work done because these people are so, oh my goodness, just dumb.
Tell them.
Dumb. I don't even want to, I was going to try and pick out a word from out of my, my math vocabulary, but I'm just going to stick with the basic words. Dumb.
Yeah, because they can't handle that.
Dumb, stupid, ignorant. It's crazy. Now, you can, the MAGAs, I know they're gone.
Yeah.
We already know that they're just gone. They're like, like a drug addict or something like that. So
Tell them.
Well, that's it. I'm done. That's all I had to say. I guess we have to sit back and continue to watch this circus. So I'm gonna.
And we're gonna keep watching MAGA lose.
Right.
That's what this is about. We're not gonna rest until this country gets back on the track it was before Trump got in office, and that's a lot of work to do.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, and I'm getting ready to tune in to this vote and see if
all right, keep me posted.
Get it together. One more time, round number 3 for this idiot.
Right.
All righty.
Yeah, tell them.
Happy Friday, everybody.
All right, same to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Nina. No lies detected. No lies detected. It's not that hard to get in the box, ladies and gentlemen. It's like my grandma always said, get in the box, tell the truth, and what? Shame the devil, all right? All right, let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it a go. All right, good morning, Shady Lane. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. You sound like you're in a great mood.
I am. It's Friday. Gotta be happy on a Friday, right?
Right.
So, I know Nutty was talking about how, like, when are these people gonna wake up? What's gonna be enough? And funny enough, I was in a live a couple days ago, and Shay was in there, and I was like, what in the trailer park brawl did I roll into? It was horrible.
What was this?
I don't know whose live it was. It was a female Trump something. I don't know. And they just were yelling at Shay and like, what? Because you think you're educated? You think you have...
Oh.
And so they had said something. They brought something up, and I think it was like, oh, well, they dropped all the charges in one of these cases. And Shay was like, well, what's your source? And do you know who they said their source was?
Please don't say Snuggles.
Snuggles!
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ!
They literally had the nerve to say, she said, well, have you heard of Snuggles? And I'm just dying in the comments. And she's like, well, I got it from Snuggles. He posted a video, and if you go watch it, then you'll get all the information that you need. And I'm just like, you cannot be freaking for reals right now. You are quoting Snuggles as your source of truth? I can't.
It's funny, and it's also very alarming. It's making me angry, Shady.
It's horrible. It's horrible. These people actually believe the bull crap that Snuggles says and posts, and they take it as truth. And like Cece said, he needs to be put on timeout. I fully agree with her because he does this for fun. He's not doing it to be serious, and he's doing it for entertainment purposes only. But in the mix, he's hurting people because these people actually believe him, and they run around this TikTok street spouting and using his dumb videos as sources, and they actually think that the things that he says are true and facts. So you know that they're going out into the real world, and they're actually acting like they're educated and spreading facts that they got from frickin' Snuggles duetted videos. How ridiculous, stupid are these people?
MAGA. Jesus Christ.
So stop listening to Snuggles. Snuggles is doing this just to make coins, just to grift. He's a mini Trump. He does not care about you. He does not care about the truth. He does not care about anybody but himself, and it's disgusting. And he needs to stop.
Is it just Snuggles, or are there any of these other demons out here?
I mean, it's HVAC too, but I haven't heard anybody else talking about, I heard this from HVAC, and it's a source. No one's quoting HVAC, but I've heard people quote Snuggles. And that's ridiculous.
Wow. There's so many things to address with this. But
so you need to have a talk with your friends. So anyways, I heard my bell. Have a good Friday, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shady Lane. No lies detected. Snuggles, you know what Trump says about you?
But he's a harasser and an abuser.
That's what you do on your platform, Snuggles. You harass and you abuse people with those nasty lies that you keep spewing. Look at all of the lives that you're damaging, Snuggles. I condemn your rhetoric, Snuggles. You too, conservative D. And your friends, Snuggles, I condemn all of your rhetoric. It's evil. It's nasty. It's vile. You got people out here that you're taking advantage of because there's just no way. There's no way I would go into a Snuggles live and believe a thing he says. but there's people out here that actually do. PSA announcement. Anybody on TikTok, do not listen to Snuggles. He's a liar, a cheater, and
But he's a harasser and an abuser.
and I do mean that. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Shay, good morning, Shay. How are you?
Good morning. Oh my God. Yeah, Shady Lane, that live was hilarious. I about fell out of my chair when she said, I listen to Snuggles. You should see his thing on Beach. And I'm like, you did not. You did not.
Wow. Wow.
The cult is real. The cult is real, Shady. The cult is real. Oh my God. Hello, Snuggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. And so, yeah, the spin that I've heard so far, especially at Snuggles and HVAC and a few of them about the Sidney Powell thing, pretty hilarious.
What are they saying?
Well, they're saying, oh, it's a misdemeanor, and it's not. You know, if she pleaded guilty to felony counts.
Yeah.
She pleaded guilty to all 7 felony counts against her. And that's what she did. And so no, she has a felony on the record. If you listen to her court hearing, right, her sentencing hearing, basically,
right,
judge goes over it very clearly with her, right, that you are pleading guilty, aware that is going to be on your record. Yes, you are aware that you probably won't be able to buy a gun because you have a felony on your record, right? So it goes through all of that. But see, that's the thing, is that they're so in denial, they're not even able to watch the hearing, which I posted, by the way, Snuggles, if you want to go listen to it.
Oh, those are real. You posted real information?
I posted the real thing when she says she hears and she agrees and yes, and she understands what she's pled to. All of that. And in exchange, she has to testify on behalf of the prosecution. So that's the reason she only got 6 years probation, because she must have some heavy tea for them. She must be a very powerful weapon for them.
Yeah, she knows the entire blueprint of what they were trying to do.
Absolutely. She led the way with Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis and all those 66 court cases and going around in front of the porn shop and all this stuff, you know, doing all this. Oh, we've got evidence of Dominion. And she's been sued by Dominion. She's lost her law license. She now has a felony on her record. She's now on 6 years probation. She has to pay, I think, a $6,000 fine. But I love Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was going off on Twitter. He goes, that's just BS. I got 6 years in jail for basically confessing that Donald Trump got his mushroom yanked by Stormy Daniels, and I got 6 years. That's BS.
Yeah, because it is.
But because she's such a powerful tool against the other 16 defendants, that they gave her probation. So sorry, Cohen. I know it sucks.
So she pled guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts. That's what they're saying.
6 misdemeanor counts. Oh,
right.
Okay.
But they were originally felonies, right? So she was originally being charged with felonies, but she pled guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts.
Oh, okay. So they brought it down so that she could only get probation. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But still, it does not mean the original charges were felonies, which is what Snuggles is saying.
Right.
Snuggles is trying to say this is from the very beginning. It's all been misdemeanors. No, it's not, Snuggles.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. No, I stand corrected then. Okay. Very cool.
No, we got to make sure we keep people.
No, it's good to fact check. Absolutely. I agree. So regardless, this is going to be interesting. The point is, out of it all, is that obviously she lied, she confessed, she pled guilty, because that's it. Guilty. So she lied that the election was rigged, that Dominion rigged it, that there was all this stuff. She lied. That's the point. The entire thing against the election being rigged is a lie.
Thank you.
Still believe you're an idiot. And I will say it very clear. You need to get your head examined and wake up.
Wake up, MAGA.
The only cases we have ever found of stolen elections has been Republican after Republican after Republican, and we show it all the time. And it's just ridiculous. You keep buying into it and you keep supporting these people like Jim Jordan, who still pushes the election lie. It's awful. And Joe Biden, can we please give him props for his speech last night? That speech will go down as one of the best presidential speeches, not only for him, but for many of them. I loved how he was unifying this country, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Jewish, whether any of that. It is
real presidential.
Real presidential. He's still pushing for the two-state solution so that they can get some sort of peace in the Middle East. And I thought it was a beautiful speech. So anyway, he did a great job, and notice he didn't stumble, he didn't slur, he didn't fall asleep. He was amazing. So next time you hear he can't, have you heard him speak? Yes, we did. And the entire nation and the world heard that man speak last night. So
amen.
Finish it up. He did a great job. So anyway, I will let you go, my friend.
All right.
Have a fantastic weekend.
All right.
Gorgeous day here. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful lady.
Sorry, I nutted up the live. I apologize. Okay,
it's Friday. We're getting there. All right. Thank you so much. All right, Misfit. Thank you so much. All right. We're gonna groove up and bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we have? All right. Let's see. King. All right. Let's see. King. All right. Trying to mix it up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. King, how are you doing?
It's Kind G.
I misread it.
No, it's fine. It's
Kind G. Good morning. I'm sorry.
I love your feeds, first of all. So just to say, your lives.
Oh, thank you.
I just have a statement. So Biden did do a phenomenal job on his speech last night. That is absolutely true. But could you have imagined Trump going to over there and coming back giving a speech? How his speech would have sounded?
No, it would have been terrible. It would have been divisive, and it would have set this country back decades if Donald Trump would have had the opportunity to try to rise to that occasion. It's impossible. He can't get up like that.
Yeah, he's incompetent. He really is. And I just want the MAGA to think about this. If Trump get back in office, we're actually going to have a World War III because he's incompetent to handle our foreign affairs. Forget about everything else.
Right.
And he doesn't have the ability to do it.
No. He can't.
No. Whatever they want to do what you do. But we're talking about our lives. It's not just for fun for us. You know what I mean? I don't, and that's all I really had to say this morning. Like, literally, do they really look and listen to things?
No, they don't know how to comprehend. All right, these folks have barely graduated school. They probably are stuck at a third grade education, and they are looking for love in all the wrong places.
Say it.
In the back of these vans and stuff like that. I read a story. They go in the back of the van, right, with a teddy bear. Like, seriously, folks, cut it out, MAGA.
It's crazy. It is crazy. And that's really all I wanted to say because it's short and sweet. The bottom line is, look at the affairs of today. Forget about everything that has happened. Even when you hear Trump's speeches, all he talk about is him and his indictments. Well, dude, if that's all you have to talk about, you have no business running because we have too many things going on today to have somebody that only thinks about him and who's doing him wrong.
Yeah. I completely agree with you.
But that's all I had to say, Zeus.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, it's a pleasure to have you in the kingdom today, bringing down the truth with Zeus. All right, I really do appreciate you. All right.
Thank you. And I think you the truth teller anyway, so I'm with
Thank
you.
you. I love it, and I love you. All right.
All right, have a
Kind.
great day.
All right, you too, and
Thank
stay
you.
safe out there on these
All right,
TikTok streets. All right.
you as well, Zeus.
All right,
Bye.
kind G, ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a beautiful round of applause. No lies detected. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen, to get in the box and tell the truth. All right, it's like my grandmother always says: tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. All right. Okay. Speaking of devil, all right, we're gonna go in a different direction. And listen to the
Oh,
demon. Yeah.
hey, I want to thank everybody for, talking about me. It's wonderful.
Yeah, but it wasn't in a good way.
Mr. Crossings, I didn't say they were misdemeanors that were pled down to misdemeanors. I said they were RICO charges. You guys were all over me. 19 people arrested. 19 people are going to be held together in Fanny's court case, and it's falling apart.
Snuggles, how many
And pleading
convictions?
down to misdemeanors?
How
Are you
many
kidding me?
convictions? How many convictions does Fonnie Willis got right now?
How many convictions does Fannie Willis
Yeah.
have? None, because they haven't gone through court yet.
Hmm.
None.
Well, guess what, Snuggles? That was a
Yeah,
lie.
okay. Bye. I'm winning.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Democrats, get those.
Yes, too, Snuggles. Snuggles, Scott Hall and Sidney Powell, they've both taken plea deals. That's two convictions, all right, Snuggles? We're about to get closer and closer to when Donald Trump gets convicted too. And then you get on TikTok and I want you to get the camera out too on your end, right? We'll split the screen, Snuggles. I want you to show the world you and your mom sitting at that dinner table, and God bless your mom. I know she's probably a very decent person, but I want you and her at that dinner table, and then I'm going to be at the restaurant that I select. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to be eating the steak that you should have gotten your mother, Snuggles. I'm going to be eating that steak in front of you and your mom. I'm going to be, mmm, mmm, mmm. And I'm going to see the pain in your eyes. And as I see that pain continue to rise, I'm going to see the tears. He's going to be crying tears because he's going to go, wow, Zeus he's taken advantage of me. This is what he's going to say. My masculinity is no longer, Zeus has taken it, and he's eating a steak in front of me and my mother, and he made me pay for it, and Donald Trump's in prison, yes. And I'm going to keep eating those steaks, Snuggles, because that's what justice tastes like, right? Steaks, Snuggles. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. How are you doing?
Good morning. Somebody said Snuggles eats potato salad with raisins in it.
Woo!
I don't doubt that one bit. Hey,
Wow.
Zeus, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Jesus Christ. I do believe he does. I mean, this guy, weird.
Weird is an understatement. You know what I mean? But I wanted to know, like, real quick, like, what you think, because Merrick Garland was really robbed of the Supreme Court seat, right? Pretty much,
Right.
So what do you think he would have turned out to be? Like, would Roe v. Wade been overturned? And
Nope.
all of these things taking place, and all the shadiness in the Supreme Court. Nope, not at all.
He probably would have helped Clarence Thomas resign, right? Because all the crime Clarence Thomas was doing, making sure that was not going to go without being addressed. Definitely all the stuff they've done to strip away women's reproductive freedoms and all the other freedoms out there, all of that would have stayed intact, and we probably would have built on that, right?
Yep.
And we would have basically been picking up on the progress Barack Obama had put into place. But because the Republican Party decided to lie, steal, and cheat, this is why we're in the situation we're in.
Amen,
right?
Zeus. Exactly. No lies
Yeah,
detected.
no lie. I mean, and one step further, I've always said if they would have impeached Donald Trump the
The
first time,
first time, yes, and
they
held him
wouldn't have to
accountable,
worry.
then we'd have been good. We'd have been
Yeah,
good. Even so, even with all the other crap that was going on, we'd have been
yeah,
good in that area and able to move forward. And MAGA would not have been as stupid as they have been. And more and more
yeah.
stupid. As we go on every single day. But
Amen.
I want to say that. There was good news yesterday. I mean, the feeling was just all over TikTok. The good feeling all on our side where we were,
Yeah,
understanding that this is significant, very, very significant. She was a top, lawyer for him in that little circle of deception. You know what I mean? So she knows a lot. She's going to tell a lot. She's going to make sure that everybody else gets snitched on too, because anybody that was involved is, their name is going to come out of her mouth on the
right.
stand. So we're going to see
Bingo.
this live in real time, which is even more succulent to the taste buds.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Boss Diva.
So, the sentiment has just been awesome. The vibe in the lives that I've been in, like this morning, I woke up real early, got in the Straight Facts live, and the vibe was just wonderful. It's like we woke up on the right side of the bed for sure, and it's Friday.
Hey, man.
Man, it gets good. It gets even better.
And it's gonna get better today, Miss Boss Diva, because Fonnie Willis and Jack Smith, Letitia James, they're all working.
Yeah, they're still working. They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're doing their due diligence. Absolutely. And that's why I say shout out Queen Fannie. Shout out Queen Letitia. Shout out for Judge Chuckin and everybody that's going to bring justice to us real American people, as you signified earlier in your monologue. But I love you, Zeus. Love you, everybody in the kingdom. Y'all are straight, and y'all have a good weekend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. All right, nobody detected. The box is still open for any of you Trump supporters that want to get in the box and apologize. Are there any Trump supporters out there that want to apologize today? My box is open. Janae, anyone seen Janae? She might have turned a new leaf, perhaps, and she wants to apologize to the United States of America for all the harm that she's done. I would love... Oh, there she is. She says, I would come in hot. Janae, I don't know what that means, especially when we all know that you got that new flu, that jungle fever, right? You got that jungle fever. I don't know what you mean when you say hot, Janae. Are you trying to apologize? Do you want to apologize to Zeus, perhaps, Janae? Going once, going twice. I don't think she does. She says, I will come in hot. You got jungle fever, though, Janae? Let's be honest, Janae. Be honest. Do you got jungle fever? Anybody out there can... Yeah, Janae, are you there? Be honest, Janae. I'm waiting for you, all right? All right, let's bring up attacking. Oh my gosh, she does. Okay. It's okay, Janae. It's okay. I can't help you, but it's okay that you got jungle fever. All right. Good morning, brother attacking. How are you?
Good morning. So I made another video about Toilet Paper Man. You know what Toilet Paper Man did again?
What did he do?
Well, he went to a site that manipulates videos.
Oh, there's a website that does this for him?
Yeah. And what he did is he put onto his page with some words that Mike Pence received a gold coin for lying of the 2020 electoral.
I saw, he asked me about that gold coin.
Yeah. So I saw that last night, and so I did some investigation. And I slowed down the video on my computer, and you can see where there was video manipulation. So as I'm watching the video, I'm going, wait a minute, what is this United Stop or whatever it was? So I searched that out. I went to their YouTube page. They manipulate videos. So this lying sack of puke, who talks about division in America, willing to lie at each and every step.
What?
Every freaking time, and that's not a bad word.
No, but the video was manipulated?
Yes.
Oh, I'm livid.
The entire YouTube page does nothing but manipulate videos.
Wow.
Whatever they're posting be different than what it really is. So
Wow.
I even went to C-SPAN to try to find. I even went to C-SPAN to try to find the section where he was receiving a gold coin. There isn't anything.
There's none?
No.
Wow.
And so, Snuggles, are you such an immoral, unethical, deplorable person that you have to lie about every frickin' thing? Everything. You have to lie about the size of your crap coming out of your butt. I mean, you and Janae are nothing but pieces of crap that have feet walking the planet of the earth. I mean, you want to talk? You have Sidney Powell who pled guilty, and now you're playing that down, saying it's not a conviction. Right. Do you know why? She's already lost her law license for lying to the court system. Do you think she wants to sit her ass in jail for Trump? You guys want to play that down too? The dominoes are falling, you ignorant walking pile of puke. You're a disgusting human being who has no morals and no ethics, no values whatsoever. You add your frickin' face to everything you have, like you're stealing the Rock's eyebrow, like you're important. Only people who have their heads up their rear end follow you and support you. And then your feet are all the way up your butt, dangling out as you walk. Just in case you fall down, you're still falling onto your feet, which are basically her feet. My God, you guys are freaking pigs, man. I mean, and you are the division of America. You are dividing America. You're lying because that's all you got. For a guy blowing smoke up your butt, trying to stay in as president who cheated everybody. What is wrong with you people?
What is wrong?
Your Bible? Your Bible is a Playboy centerfold. But my God, you guys are sick ass MOs. But I'm done. And by the way, Snuggles, I'll be making more videos of your stupidity. It's real simple. I'm done.
Wow. Now I hear Jim Jordan they're doing the vote, so I think that's a good place to put a pin in it, ladies and gentlemen, so we can all go watch the clown show, all right? I'm so sorry I didn't get to all of my panelists. No love lost. We will continue to talk. But attacking, you set the tone. Once again, I've reached that point with MAGA where I'm utterly disgusted. Not another word, Snuggles. Not another word, Janae, Stacy, HVAC. Not until you repent, because at this point, I'm still in shock that you two conservative, the hate and rhetoric that you all promote on the little bit of a platform you do have is very disturbing and disgusting. Yes, MAGA's days are numbered. You're losing like you've never lost before. You're not getting more people in your party. You're actually losing support. Every day we wake up and talk. And that's probably because my lives have been doing a great job getting the truth out there. American people are waking up to your nonsense. You don't care about children. Not at all. And if you claim you do, and you think you got a career helping children, I'm going to be the first to remind you. Whatever you're doing isn't helping kids. I guarantee you. Whatever you think you're doing isn't helping. All right? You can go watch as much Sound of Freedom as you want to. It ain't going to stop what's about to go down with MAGA. You can listen to all that Jason Aldean small town BS. It's not going to stop what's about to go down, MAGA. All right? The real thing is this. Americans are waking up all across the country, and they're making it very clear that they denounce Donald Trump and his supporters, and that the base that you had, back then they say he got, 71 million votes? It's not that anymore. It's a fraction of that. And I will make sure that Donald Trump does not ever set foot in the White House again, because as long as I got the opportunity to get out here and tell the truth, I will. And I don't care if it makes you cry. I don't care if she files a divorce today. I don't care. She deserves to divorce your behind. You're lucky you had her as long as you did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and have a great rest of your morning.
Two organs, most handsome in the kingdom.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta stop. We gotta stop the steal for real. He calls himself a conservative Democrat, but he says he's MAGA. You can't be both. Don't try to play both sides and say you're conservative and Democrat. I'm not falling for it. Go change the name on your account.
You looking like a bum, get away from me, fool. I got money on my mind, I can leave it up to you. I can't hang around with you, you fall in love too quick. You a high risk,
yeah, stop the real
steal. I put a bounty on your head, this is way above the feds. When you playing with
Cindy,
the
if you think what Snuggles is doing is the truth,
time to let loose with
delete the app.
Yeah, grab your loose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose.
If you want to ask Luce a question, MAGA, it's $20 a question.
Player hating on the gods,
it is. And I'm gonna need mine in cash.
You had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes.
Oh, you did, Valley? Thank you. Make sure you're ripped up.
Yeah, I'm the one
I'm
that
gonna need mine cash.
You know I'm so
if it don't hit my cash app, don't ask.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus.
Yeah, I know I'm handsome.
When I'm talking like Zeus.
Hey, Janae, it's okay if you like having jungle fever, alright? I can't help you with it. You're gonna have to lay there and burn. You gotta get in line like everybody else. Yeah, why don't you come in on your main account?
Call me Zeus. I'm higher than Hades and I'm burning down the roof. You say you wanted facts, well, I'm
conservative. The conservatives, please drop the Democrat at the end of your name. You don't deserve to wear that. Right? The conservative MAGA. Right? And I should have charged you for that. I really should have.
People telling me you're cool. I'm just
they blocked you on your main account? I'll unblock you.
Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. Try to be patient, but you had like a view.
Biden is in office, and he's going to be in office. As long as God gets
I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so
he'll finish up this term,
and
then he'll do another term. Miss Morning Star, for the subscription.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a
nothing gives me more joy
Don't be playing with my
than being able to send Donald Trump and his supporters straight to the pit of hell, where they belong. Because a liar shall not tarry in the presence of the good Lord, right? Am I right, Nikita? A liar shall not tarry in the presence of the Lord. And we can't have liars in this kingdom, not at all. All right. Are you ready, Reggie? You know what we like to do. The GOP already lost the vote tree. I knew it. Hey. Let's go.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. 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 Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Yeah. And we're going to take those 36 charges, all right, and turn them into 100 convictions, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care. Have a great rest of your